Hey up you beautiful buggers, how the devil are we all doing? It's the Norwegian goat this week apparently. Yeah, welcome to this week's top 5 camps guys. As ever, we've had a load of stunning entries to the competition, so enough chatting out me arse and let's get into it. In the number 5 spot this week, we have Valkyrie 790 AD with the Dollhouse camp, and guys, this one's quite a weird and wonderful looking build. It also strikes me as a little bit sinister as well. I'm not sure what's giving me that impression, whether it's the freaky ass looking dolls and the pentagram made out of conduits and wires, but yeah, it's just got that vibe about it. Now, what Valkyrie's done here is he's made each little build as its own separate little theme kind of thing. It's also got elements of those little miniature villages that you see being built. You know, the ones with all the little items sunk into foundations that make them look like, I don't know, skyscrapers and all that kind of fun stuff. Valkyrie, I really like this one, pal. It's quite different, you know, you don't see many of them built. So yeah, top marks for the ingenuity on that one. Overall, you've done a solid job on this one. There's been a fair few, you know, tricky little build techniques used on it, and as I said before, it's very creative, mate. Thank you very much for entering this week, pal, and congratulations on a number 5 spot. Very well deserved indeed. Now then, just before we go any further, I want to make you guys aware that this week's judge is the Irish Sailor. Now, I'm not actually sure if he has YouTube at this point. Always prepared. However, if I find out that he does, I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. If you guys could head on over there and show him some love, it would be very much appreciated. Anyhow, back to the top 5. And in the number 4 spot this week, we have Smug Potato with the Mothman Train Station camp. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite an unusual one. What Smug has done here, ladies and gentlemen, is made her own train, which in my opinion is very bloody impressive. You know what? It does look convincing, doesn't it? Aye, of course it bloody does. When I first took a glance at this before I actually, you know, used my brain whilst looking at it, I thought it was a pre-existing train, which immediately confused me. Granted, it doesn't take much, but I thought there is no trains on the bridges in Appalachia, so where the bloody hell is this? Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Believe me when I tell you, mon petit fleurs, there is a lot of work gone into this. We've got merges on top of merges and items, you know, just smashed together to make, well, a train. There's a lot of time gone into this, a lot of effort, and a lot of bloody planning. It still bloody amazes me to this day how you guys can smash so many items together to make it look like something. For example, how do you know that a bloody toolbox can make a nose cone for a fighter plane? Now that may sound irrelevant to a lot of you, but just look at some of the older top 5 camp videos. Yeah, it's just bloody insane how you come up with this kind of stuff. And Smug Potato, your build is no different. It's mind-boggling. Even the location looks like it's a kick in the penis to build in. Overall, top marks on this one, Smug. You've done a fantastic job. It's really creative. Obviously, there's been a lot of effort put into it. Yeah, well done. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 4 spot. Coming in the number 3 spot is Vix with the pre/post-war yacht. Now, I know that sounds like a contradiction, but just watch the bloody video. Sorry for that outburst, I do apologise. Now, what Vix has done here is very clever, actually. She's made this beautiful pre-war looking yacht. You know, it's nice and pristine. It looks absolutely stunning. Now, first up, the shape itself is not an easy thing to do, especially on water. I've said this 87,000,006 times now. Those bows are quite hard to put down, guys. They're really not an easy thing to do, let me tell you. There's been a lot of bloody effort gone into that, guys, and a lot of bloody time. I know me saying that over a YouTube video isn't gonna, you know, show you that, but just trust me. The masochism levels must have been at 10 for this one. The interior is also fabulously decorated as well. I like the kitchen. No, sorry, if it's on a boat, it'll be a galley, won't it? Hi, that's the one. Either way, doesn't matter what you call it, does it? It's been really nicely done. It's very simple, but we have got a couple of merges going down, and overall, I think it looks bloody spot on. So that's the pre-war bit of it covered. Let's have a look at the post-war version, and here it is. And wow, Vix has totally bloody transformed it. She's took it from a floating palace of debauchery for rich people to a floating palace of debauchery for raider people. I absolutely love that transformation. It's still obviously kept a lot of the original features, but it's just had a load of shit thrown at it, and I love it. And by the by, could somebody tell me what that Spider-Man looking crap is on the walls there? I've not actually looked at the Atomic Shop recently, or the scoreboard at all. What is that? Let me know down in comments. Vix, I love what you've done with this build. It's an absolutely brilliant design. You've executed it perfectly, and I love how you've, gone with the two different styles on it. Thank you very much for entering this week. You have absolutely smashed it. Congratulations on the number 3 spot. Right then, guys, so how are you liking the camp so far? Personally, I absolutely love them, but I'm guessing there's some of you out there who are thinking, you know what, TNG, I can do a better job than that. And that may be true, but unless I see them, I don't bloody know, do I? Fortunately, there is a way to get around this, and it's in the description of this video. It's a Discord link, my Discord link to be precise. All you gotta do is click on that and submit your builds to the weekly camp competition. From there, me or the judges will have a look at it, and who knows, next week you could be in the top 5. Anyhow, enough of all of that, let's get back to this week's top 5, and in the number 2 spot we have Milne with the floating power junk build. And guys, this is yet another boat, obviously, but it is totally different to the one that Vix put together. While Vix's was a streamlined, modern floating cocaine lounge, this one looks like, it were built by a level 1 carpenter's apprentice or something. I don't know, but you know what I'm trying to say, don't you? It's rough. If any of you have seen Milne's work before, though, you'll know he is quite an immersive and scrappy kind of builder, and he's done a fantastic bloody job on this one, guys. On the exterior, again, we have that complicated bow shape being put in. Simply lovely. We've got every single building material that's available in the game, it seems, being used to create it, and that really does add to the immersiveness. It looks like it's been thrown together and, they're just struggling to keep it floating. I like it. I think the pièce de résistance, as the Scottish say, is that crane that he's made there. That is bloody fantastic, that is. Now, decor-wise, in true Milne fashion, it is absolutely rammed to the rafters with shit. It looks like a pensioner's mantelpiece. And with these kind of builds, personally, I think that's the best way to go with it. It doesn't stop on the exterior either. The inside, exactly the same. Filled to the back teeth with crap. Yeah, it looks absolutely spot on, buddy. Overall, pal, this is really well done and very well executed. There's so many little details that you missed the first time round. For example, that little ladder you've made on the side there. Yeah, again, only a little thing, but it really does add to the build. Thank you very much for entering this week, Milne. Personally, I think this was my favourite out of all the entries. Congratulations on the number 2 spot. Hats off to you, mate. Very well deserved indeed, buddy. Right then, so now we come to the number 1 spot. And who do you think's got it this week? There has been a lot of camps submitted. They've all been of a very high calibre, if I don't say so myself. But alas, there can only be one winner. Unfortunately though, I'm going to have to keep you waiting for just a little bit longer, because it's time for this week's Honourable Mentions section, yes, and this week, yet again, we have 2. Now the first one goes to Shameless Trouble with the Millennium Falcon build, and guys, this is absolutely incredible, really well done indeed. Right off the bat, you've absolutely nailed the shape, it looks, very convincing. You've done a bloody good job on this one, Shameless. Now, the only reason this hasn't got into the top 5 itself is because it's done in a shelter, my friend. But please don't let that take away from the build. It still must have been very complicated, and yeah, hats off to you for this one, pal. Now, the second honourable mention goes to Thanatos Wolf with the Lookout Camp, and I've actually had the pleasure of visiting this one, and it is really well put together, believe me. What Thanatos has done is built this little, fortress kind of looking thing around a pre-existing lookout tower. And I think he's done an absolutely wonderful job on it. It looks scrappy, it looks immersive, it looks like something you would find in the wasteland. A little place where settlers or raiders can hold out safe from the dangers of the forest. Those bald squirrels can cause serious trouble for people, believe me. All in all, Thanatos, like I said, you've done a brilliant job on this one. Really well put together. Aye, top marks on it, pal. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Right then, so now it comes to the number 1 spot, and I think it's about time I told you who it is. So no more messing around, this week's winner is Goldfinger 76 with the East Rock Market Camp. Now first things first, I love this location. It's quite a legendary one. If you played the game for as long as some of us have, you'll know this right off the bat. However, just to, go off subject, I am going to be making a top 5 camp locations based on the top 5 camps And this one will be featured, so if you want to build your own here, yeah, just wait for that and you'll be able to see it. Anyhow, I'm sorry, I digress. Back to the camp. Locations aside, this thing is absolutely stunning and quite unique as well. I love that little curved walkway you've got going on at the top there. It's nice to see the catwalks being used as, well, actual catwalks. Let's face it, those buggers are usually used as a tool to break the game's building mechanics. So yeah, it's nice to see them serving their correct purpose. Now, attached to these catwalks, we've got a few little structures as well. We've got the little prefabby bridge coverings there as well. Simply lovely. And again, I think they look really well, actually serving their intended purpose as a bridge/walkway covering thing. Do you get what I'm saying? No, you probably don't. But that's absolutely fine. Now, on the decor side of things, again, Goldie, you've nailed it with this one, pal. Underneath the little porches here, we've got a load of items laid out, and it does look like a market. Aye, I mean, I am a little disappointed there's no actual massive weapons in there, but, you know, if you want to furnish your home in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, this will be the spot to come. Goldie, you've done a brilliant job with this one, pal. Like I said, the camp itself is really unique, it's different, I love the curved walkway. And the location is not an easy one to build in either. So yeah, top marks from me, my friend. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the #1 spot. Very well done indeed. And thank you to everybody who entered this week. All your camps were fantastic, and yeah, you've done an absolutely brilliant job. I wouldn't have liked to have been Irish Sailor this week and have to choose from the lot of them. It was a stiff bloody competition, let me tell you. As ever, let's say a massive thank you to all my channel members and Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's something that you guys are interested in, there's a link down in the description, as well as links to all my other socials as well. And of course, if you did like the video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more weekly Fallout 76 camp building content, hit that subscribe button too. Anyhow, as I say, north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one. Have fun.